Hello and welcome to Look Back, Look Ahead. I'm Frank Calderone. Last week, ending November 1st, the major stock indexes declined a bit as investors grappled with corporate earnings, the week's economic data, and the upcoming election. There was a lot of economic data released last week, so let's get right to it. The FHFA home price index increased by 0.3% in August compared to July and up 4.2% compared to August of last year. Consumer confidence had the strongest monthly gain since March of 21 as consumers are optimistic about the stock market and expect markets to increase going forward. Job openings were lower than expected in September, declining to the lowest level since January of 2021. Third quarter GDP came in at 2.8%, lower than second quarter's 3%, but was driven by the U.S. consumer with large increases in spending in both goods and services. The pending home sales index increased by 7.4% in September, the largest increase since August of 2020, due in part to lower mortgage rates. Personal income was up 0.3% in September. The PCE price index, the preferred inflation measure for the Fed, increased by 0.2%, 2.1% year over year. Core PCE increased by 0.3%, 2.7% year over year. Personal savings declined from 4.8% in August to 4.6% in September. The employment cost index increased a less than expected 0.8% during the third quarter. New jobs were much lower than expected, up just 12,000 in October. If it weren't for government employment, it would have been a negative number. The unemployment rate remained unchanged at 4.1%. The ISM Manufacturing Index worsened slightly in September and remained in contraction territory. And finally, total construction spending was relatively flat as private construction spending weakened while public construction spending continued to increase. Year to date, the Dow is up 11.6%, the S&P is up 20.1%, and the Nasdaq is up 21.5%. The yield on the 10-year U.S. Treasury bond is 4.38%. Oil closed at $69.78 a barrel. Gold closed at $2,733.89 an ounce, with silver closing at $32.42 an ounce. For this week of November 4th, Monday we'll get factory orders. Tuesday, Election Day, the U.S. trade deficit and the ISM services data will be reported. Wednesday we'll get the ISM services PMI. Thursday, initial jobless claims, U.S. productivity, wholesale inventories, and consumer credit all will be reported, along with the Fed's decision on interest rates, followed by Fed Chairman Powell's press conference. And on Friday, consumer sentiment and the monthly U.S. federal budget will be reported. And as always, we'll keep a watchful eye on these and any other events that may and will shape the markets. If you have any questions with anything you've heard in this video, please give us a call. Also, if you have investable assets of $300,000 or more, we can provide you with a complimentary, detailed financial plan. Call for details. We are accepting new clients. This is Frank Calderone from Raymond James in New York. Have a fantastic week. Be well, stay safe, and remember, always look ahead.